Good morning. How is everybody doing? Happy Wednesday. I believe today is Wednesday. Sometimes I don't remember the days. So if you're finding me for the first time, my name is Penny. I come here 4 to 5 days a week. My goal is to inspire you. My goal is for you to try and listen. Hope you can learn something by the end of my discussion or by the end of this video, and I hope you can share that information with your friends and family, or you can apply it in your life. And I invite you into my personal space. These are some of the things I'm doing personally, and that's why you are in my space. And Facebook has been great that it allows us regular people, people who are down there, people who've not made it, to be able to come out here and share with you what we are doing, so you can also see what you can apply. So if you're finding me for the first time, we've been doing this book, so you must have missed a couple chapters in the back, and we are on the last chapter, and tomorrow we'll do the summary and put this book away and move on to a different book. So because it's July, we were trying to evaluate our finances to see where we are with our money. And in the beginning, I told you to take a pen and paper and write down your debt, how much you owed. And if you did that, and we've been going with you step by step, you should have made a few changes to accommodate you. So the last chapter here, actually second last, because they are also talking about retirement. They are talking about you're finally debt free. You're finally now have figured how you're not going to owe money. So the next thing they're telling you how to stay out of debt. How are you going to stay out of debt? And they're saying staying out of debt doesn't mean that you're not going to borrow money or you're not going to use a credit. Okay? So they are going to they are telling you, these are the where you need your pen and your paper. They are telling you to keep using your credit under 15%, which means use only 15% of your available credit. Use only 15% of your available credit. Only use credit for things you can afford to buy right now with cash. And save that cash to pay your credit card bill when it comes. Buy things with a credit card that you can afford to pay back. Maybe if you bought something this week and next week you're getting paid, when the paycheck comes in, you're just going to go into that credit card and make the payment. Know how much you owe at all times. When you borrow money, this is something I've been teaching our children. You need to know at all times how much money you owe and what interest are you paying on that debt that you have. What is the interest? Because if you owe 2,000, 3,000, sometimes depending on the percentage of that loan, you might be even giving someone money, $100 a month, and you're paying nothing to the loan or the money that you borrowed. Okay? And then the next thing is keep room in your budget to pay your credit card bills in full every month. Make sure when you're using your credit card or you're using your borrowed money or you've borrowed money, return that money every month. Okay? And then the last one, avoid falling into spending traps by staying aware of your spending triggers. We spoke about the spending triggers, where you're going and you're seeing something on sale and you're buying it on a credit card. If something is on sale and you buy it on a credit card and put it on your credit card, and if you have accumulated debt, that item might end up costing you the actual original price. So if something is on sale, if you're able to pay cash for it, then it's on sale. But using your credit card to buy something that is on sale and you're not able to pay back, that means you're actually paying the full price of that item. Okay? And then they are saying in America, I don't know about Kenya, stay on top of your credit scores. Some of you don't even know what your credit scores are like. Okay? And some of the mistakes people make, some people don't want to use their credit cards. Some people don't want to, to borrow money. Some people feel like, oh, if I borrow, I might not pay. But if you learn how to borrow and pay the money back, you're going to be ahead of everyone. Okay? Use your budget to prepare a fund, you know, like a savings fund that you're going to put out, money that you're going to put away. You need to have a savings, and that savings you have. Sometimes you've borrowed money, and like let's say from a bank. Let me go back here. Okay, yeah, they are saying you can use your credit to start building your emergency fund. That's what they are saying. So sometimes you use your credit card because you don't want to spend the cash money that you have for your emergencies. So sometimes instead of going into your cash paying for something for cash, or instead of removing your cash that you have saved for a rainy day, that, you know, some things you can't use a credit card, they are saying you can use a credit card, but know when you're going to pay. Open a savings account if you don't have a savings account. Try to save at least 10 to 20% if you can. You pay yourself first before you pay anybody else. Your savings comes first. You need to have at least savings for that can keep you for 6 months before, you know, you actually get homeless. You should have 6 months to a year. There are some of you who pay late fees. Do not pay late fees. Late fees sometimes in some banks is $35, $40. You're paying late fees, that's money, that's your money. So we've been blessed to have the automated payments where you've set all your bills. Like my husband and I have all the bills automated. Everything comes out every month. We don't have to worry about that. Okay? You need to switch from debt to building wealth. You need to switch debt owing to having your own money. Once you have your own money, you need to start building that portfolio where you have something for you. And remember, when we started, we gave different categories where we are saying, are you a dependent? Where are you at the part of your life? So you need to start not being the person making other people rich. You need to be the lender now. If you've managed to do everything that we have agreed to do as we started this book, you need to now start being the lender so you can also get the interest of other people. Okay, now here they are talking, we're going to combine this. They are talking about getting divorced. Remember, we talked about getting married. You need to be ready to get divorced just in case. You should not go into marriage planning to be divorced, but in case you get divorced, you need to be ready for divorce. They're always saying you need to have your legal fees, you need a lawyer. Okay? You need to plan what you're going to do with your children. You need to plan how you're going to support your children. Who's going to be the primary care? Where are the children going to go? Who's keeping the home? Okay? Now, once you're divorced, you need to watch for the debt traps. When people go through divorce, they get angry and they don't want to even be civil. So they end up getting like into debt because now they are fighting each other. I met a guy that told me he was divorced peacefully because he decided and he spoke to his ex-wife and said, you know what, we are not going to give our lawyer money. This money belongs to our children. So if you're going through a divorce, if possible, try to have a divorce that is not going to put you in debt. They are telling you close all the joint accounts, including the bank account and credit cards, because some people can run your credit card as you're going through your divorce. You need to remove your ex from your accounts that he had authorization. These are things that end up costing other people because they don't pay attention. Remove your names from financial joint agreements because that person might go and continue messing you up, and then now that's going to go against you, including utility bills. Refinance any joint loans that you took together, cars, loans. Find a way to split so that way everyone goes their own way and the other person is not going to mess up your credit, because the other person, you don't even know where they are going. And maybe that's why you're divorcing them, because they could not manage their money. Some people are addicted to gambling, shopping. You know, people can't manage money. And money sometimes is like the number one almost reason that people divorce, because you never even talked about money, and now you're getting into a marriage and nobody wants to take accountability, nobody wants to take responsibility of who's paying what. you know, who's giving what the children. And remember, you're supposed to save for college for your children. So if you're divorcing when your children are young, don't let the lawyers take all your money that you're supposed to pay for your children's college, because those lawyers are looking for money so they can take their children to college. Okay? You need to do your credit check once you've removed your spouse or your ex-wife or ex-husband, to make sure you're not attached to anything that they're doing, because sometimes people can just go and mess it up, and now your name is there. Okay? And then they're saying you need to now sit again and start having a single person budget. So that means you're going to downsize. That means you're going to adjust, make a few adjustments. Remember, when you're married, you are doing for two. Now you need to downsize and start budgeting for yourself. The next discussion that we want to cover now, we don't want to carry it on, is you're entering retirement. You need to start thinking how you're going to catch up on your retirement. As you're getting close to retirement, downsize your debt. You don't want, when you're older, you're not even feeling well, that's when you owe people money. So you can't even call out when you don't feel good. You have to go to work because you owe money. Once you turn 50 plus, you should reduce your debt. Do not owe people, because some days you don't feel like going to work. Some days you don't even have the energy. So at 50 plus, if you've not really made it financially, the best gift you can give yourself is to stay out of debt. You are too old to be borrowing unnecessarily, unless it's a business you're starting. And by the way, when you turn 50, it is a time for you to start planning for your retirement, because you have another 10, or in America you have another 10 or 12 years. 10 years to 12 years is enough time for you to face yourself into something. If you retire at 60 and you're healthy, you're not just going to sit at home. You will just die of stress. So pave your way out, whatever you want to do. You know, get yourself in a position that by the time you're retiring at 62, you have something to do. Okay? And then they're talking about health issues. Do not underestimate your health issues that come with age, or even maybe you can get into a car accident. Put money aside for your health. Put money aside for your co-pays. And that's where we talk about buying life insurance with living benefits. Something I wish somebody told me when I was younger and healthy. It's not that I'm unhealthy now, but the premiums now at 50 are more. If you're young in Africa or in America, UK, please search for life insurance with living benefits, just in case you get into a car accident, you lose your legs, but your mind is good. Just in case you're sick, you didn't die, but you're living. You need something that can cover you. You need something that can cover your hospital bills, your health insurance, your prescriptions. Don't think that you are not going to get in that situation where you see other people when it comes to your health. Okay? Don't let emergencies derail your plans. Emergencies can derail your plans. Last 2 weeks ago, I got an accident. I have to fix the car. I'm using a rental car. Now I'm looking at $1,000+ that I have to pay for my car. So always remember that an emergency is not supposed to derail you. It's supposed to help you plan better, and you learn, you know, next time what you're going to do. Okay? Avoid all the roadblocks that are going to come your way once you start thinking how you're going to come out of financial debt. Okay? Get your pen and paper. Account for all the money that you bring in. Account for all the money that you spend out. Keep track of all your money. Secure your home. Okay? If you're in danger of losing your home, sometimes it's because maybe you didn't plan well. Always try to put at least, if you can't do 6 months to a year of your mortgage, that will be such a great thing. Then it will give you time to figure out what you want to do. But bottom line, you need to at least be prepared in case of an emergency. And then create an emergency budget. That's what they are telling you. Okay? Define pressing priorities. What are your priorities? Housing, food, transport, medical care, child care. You know, try to put those things together and see what is of urgency. That's the only way you're going to get out of debt. In fact, I went ahead of myself. Keep insurance to protect your financial future. Some people have even insured their voice. Some people have insured their legs and their hands. Life insurance is even more crucial now than ever. Have it. Have life insurance with living benefits, okay? Keep your car insurance at full coverage, just in case you have an accident. You are able to get a rental car right away, because you really, if you're broke, you might as well protect yourself, because you won't be able to afford a rental car if you just have liability insurance on your car, okay? And sometimes have those accounts where you can borrow from, okay? Some people borrow from the retirement account, some people borrow from the emergency fund. Once you borrow, remember to return the money. Visit your savings goals. Remember to always save. If you used to use 2 tomatoes, use 1. If you used to buy clothes every month, don't buy. If you used to, there are things you used to do, you need to reduce them until you come out of debt. If you have bad credit, repair your credit. You can do that by downsizing, by cutting some of the things you're doing. Even food. Some of you eat a lot of food. You don't need too much food. You just need a little bit food. Reduce your food budget. Reduce your alcohol budget. Reduce the amount of money you give to people, because sometimes, you know, the fundraisers in Kenya, we call them harambes. If you used to give $100, reduce it to $50. So that way you can come out of that hole. Once you come out of that hole and you have money coming or money working for you, where you've invested in stocks, you get the profit, then you can start giving back. People are not going to feel bad that you didn't give them money. Do not give people money that you don't have. Do not apply for any more loans, okay? Revisit your budget every few months. Keep some cuts and get ahead. Keep some of the things the way you've cut them. That will give you a head start by cutting some of the things that you've been doing, okay? That is the end of this book. So tomorrow we are just going to do the highlight. And those are just a few of the points that they've given you. If you've been listening to me and I'm clear, I hope you've listened and learned something. All right? Once you've learned something, you can apply it or you can share it with someone. My goal is to inspire you. My goal is to encourage you to get that financial success. Once you get the financial success, you're going to look back and say, you know what, I have more options than I had before. Don't say money means nothing. Money gives you options. You need to fly first class and then come back and tell us money does not mean anything. You need to have that savings account with money, and then come and tell us money doesn't mean anything when you're having an emergency and you're able to take care of your emergency. You need to have that health insurance. When you don't feel well, you go to the hospital and you're taken care of. Kevin, good morning. You need to have that health insurance. You need to have that life insurance with living benefits. So in case you're hit with a car or something has happened, you didn't die, they are able to take care of you. You need to have that. Once you have that, you can come around and tell us, you know what, now I know what it means. Because for you not to plan ahead of yourself, you're planning to fail. You cannot plan to fail. If you fail to plan, you're planning to fail, and you can't do that. So my goal is to inspire you so you can live a life with purpose. We are all working extra hard. Next week, we are taking children back to college. We are taking some of the children back to school. Believe me, I said, when you have children, you have to cater for them. Once you have all these bills, you have to pay for all these bills. There's nothing that comes for free. Everything comes with a price tag. And you don't want to suffer because you do not manage your money. Otherwise, we'll wrap this tomorrow and highlight. And thanks for, tuning in. Please share this video. And we are trying here to try and live a life with purpose. That's what we are trying to do. God bless you. And thanks for watching. Please go to YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks.